Hello friends, today we will see I'm presenting the topic of deception in language in the forensic linguistics, in the subject of forensic linguistics. So let's dive in. So yeah, let me uh, let me make this small and sorry, just give me a minute. So as we can see, this is in the deception in language. There is generally five types, or this is called as the channels of deception. So first is the facial expression, and then the first will be the face. First will be the face, and then the whole body, the body language, the way we stand or use the hands and legs, feet, etc. And then the voice. The voice also denotes how we cheat. How the deception is. Deception means a way of cheating, cheating through language. So, and then the verbal style. The verbal style. It's about how they use the styles of the way in which it is the coining of the words and the usage of the words and sentences, or sometimes the language, or the sentences or the group of words called chunks, chunking. Also can denote some kind of deception. And then the verbal content, and this is about the style, and then the verbal content itself. So in the verbal content, the content generally the person can change, but the style generally comes from the habitual formation, habitual tendencies of what they have learned, in that particular language. They cannot suddenly change the change the style. Even the facial expression is difficult to change, and the body language is difficult to change. And when it comes to voice, there might be a sudden change in the frequency or the pitch. Pitch. Yeah. So the next one is in the non-verbal deception. The face. In the face, you see, for example, here you see here it's generally including the face and the body. It's called as the non-verbal deception, or the body language deception, because the face is also the part of the body. So it's, for example, here the American President Donald Trump. You see, he seems to be like a stone. He seems to be look like a stone face, like a stone face, or it's called as the poker face or the stone face. You cannot read out what he's going to tell. Actually, he's going to tell a lie. But you can never make out what is whether it's true or false, you know. So he's a politician. So this is an example. And coming to the body language myths of liars, you can see that first thing is it's easy to spot a liar, and eye aversion is indicative of deception. Eye aversion is like when you look into the directly into the eye of the other person looks the other side or looks down. You know, it's an indication that that person is lying. And people mistake pacifying behaviors for signs of lying. For example, mistaking, you know, for example, some people touching the nose, mouth is covered, and they think they are lying, or the eyes closed, you know, they think they are lying, and high pitched voice, like suddenly talking like a, you know, high pitched voice like that of a woman, you know, or a male, or even a female suddenly changing the voice to a high pitch, you know. So people might think that that person is lying. It's a sign of lying, but it is not. It is not. Some people naturally may change the pitch, and it is not indicative of any sort of lying. And neck touching is something like that, you know, like neck touching. And so this also does not mean the person is lying. And hand wringing or something like that, you know, or this also does not mean that they are lying. And facial touching, no, facial touching, or so these things does not may or generally may not mean they are lying. So one main thing is the eye aversion. Eye aversion is the main thing. So let's go. And detecting deception in the nonverbal side, you know. You can see that the deception or lying initiates a stress reaction in most people. The stress is fear of being detected or caught. And there are some other types of liars who have practiced a lot, you know. Lying is practiced, and they may not have any sort of stress reaction. And stress can be further indicated through the via guilt, you know, guilty feeling. So or nervous fingers, no, the and eye contact shifting, no, when the for example, generally in the police interrogations, when the police asks something, you know, the what to say, the person answering, the culprit or somebody, they just shift the eye, you know, to see somewhere else. And then rigid or defensive posture, you know, like clutching the teeth, you know, like very strong, and then also holding the hands like this, you know, holding the hands in like this and clutching, and sweaty palms and face, sometimes because of the body reaction, you know, physiological reaction to the made up lies, you know. Made up lies may lead to sweaty palms or a sweaty face, because of the rise of temperature, right? Rise of body temperature. And then the variations in pitch, amplitude, and rate of speech. Also, for example, the pitch may change. Amplitude is the sound, for example, the volume. Amplitude is the volume of the person, you know, may increase or become less. For example, if it becomes less, maybe it's a lie. Or and then the rate of speech may also change. So, and then abnormal speech hesitation and speech errors because of making up the story, you know, they make up the story, there may be speech errors, because there might be a lack between there is a gap between the thinking or making up the story in the mind and then the words of the mouth. So there might be a lack or a gap. And abnormal speech hesitation, when suddenly asked, no, they might hesitate because they want to make a story in the mind generally. And the story, the main criteria of that story is the story should be believable. So they need to consider many aspects of the situation they had gone through. They try to make a good story, especially the liars, and increased embellishment of story or parts of the story. And then the parts of the story is actually embellished, is something like decorating the story. For example, like they may say, when I went there, the in the party they were making lots of ice creams, and they were making they were cutting the cakes, and lots of things, and many people came in nice dresses, and so like that. It has nothing to do with the story that's being told, the thing that they want to know, especially. And then the inconsistency in story. Inconsistency is the story may suddenly change, or suddenly talking about something, something which is not related, so and then comes the verbal deception. So in the verbal deception, this one is a famous child story, children's story character, Pinocchio. This is called Pinocchio, and Pinocchio, his nose is a stone. He's a wooden boy, made of wood, but his nose keeps on growing as he tells, as his lies increase, and his nose keeps on increasing in size, and hence the expression, Pinocchio nose. Oh, you have a Pinocchio nose. So this type of expression is there in English, to show that that person is lying, either verbally, generally used in the verbal deception. So, and then in the verbal deception or lying, you can see that the lying is very important. Actually, lying is very important because it actually gives the people a sort of escape from the truth. Actually, from the truth. For example, you can see that everyone, including the politicians, you, me, your parents, friends, acquaintances, everybody, etc. Everybody lies now and then. It's a normal thing, but it should not be like that, So lying. As you can see, why we lie is because the lying gives us some kind of protection, for example, yeah, the general protective lying is used by many people when they come to a meeting. They say that, oh, I was very busy, and I'm a very busy person, Nobody can catch me, but I found time to come here, So this kind of deception, actually maybe that person is not very is not very busy, but they might say like that, and it's a kind of deception, and and then in TV ads, in TV advertisements, and then sometimes the laws, the laws in the legal language, the legal language is the language that they use in the courts. That can be deceptive. That can be deceptive when they say something and the meaning may be something else, something else. So this is we are not going to go into the laws that can be deceptive. We will in the end we will see about the TV ads that are deceptive. So this is a verbal deception, and verbal deception in TV ads is generally about the typing. They have typed something and they show us on the labels, and yeah, let's see. So in the verbal deception, how to spot a sociopathic liar. Sociopathic is it's a sort of a disease, the lying continuously and for a long time. Here you can see the Pinocchio nose is too long, too long, and he is a businessman, businessman, and or he's a business associate who has to lie all the time. For example, for his company, for his for his office or for his work, about the profits that's made in his company, etc. So he's a sort of a sociopathic liar. Sociopathic is is a disease, as a disease in society. Lying disease. He has a lying disease in the society. So such a person is, or we can say, is a compulsive liar. They lie forcefully. They lie forcefully, and many times in a day. Many times in a day. And lying generally, it has the implications on ethics. No, ethics is following good things in life, in a company or in whatever field it can be, even in our academic thing. You can see even the verbal deception here generally indicates spoken. For example, when it comes to typing, especially in the academic scenario, we can see that the deception is about the plagiarism. They say it's plagiarism. Someone has done some work, and that is copied and pasted in somebody else's thesis work or journal publication work, etc. So this should not be done. This should be avoided, and our university UGC, University Grants Commission, has policies for anti-plagiarism, so that plagiarism is brought to a bare minimum. I think probably below 7% or maximum of 10%. So 7% is probably the correct percentage. 7% of your work. For example, if you publish your PhD thesis, for example, or your journal, for example, journal publication of 6 pages, for example. So in this, for example, 10 pages, for example. So maximum of less than about half page, half or 75% of the of a page can be of total. In total, if you see, can be deceptive. All right. So in the spoken lying, in the spoken lying, you can see that some liars have control over content because they have thought about the scenario or the situations they have been through many a times. so that they can avoid the punishment when it comes to the society, members of the society, or the police, police or detectives. So, but not over the style, tone, and approach, because the style, tone, and approach, these three are psychological, is more or less, or in a more impact of the psychological impact is there on the style, tone, and approach. But content can be thought over and modified very much. And so the style, for example, in the style you can see that the general style is like, the person lying may start like, as though the person is, the person interviewed is a sort of, a sort of helpless person, for example, or an innocent person, helpless person or innocent person. They may start the interview like that. Actually, sir, I am not very much related to this case, or you can see that I am very innocent, and from childhood I have never made any mistakes, or something like that. And they may start like that and put the background, or some people may start like, uh, may start like, I'm a very responsible person. I never, I'm very cautious, and I have not committed mistakes, or something like that. And this is called as the approach. Approach. And tone can be like, suddenly they may say like a harsh tone, hard tone, for example, like, I am telling you that I have not done a mistake, sir. Like that, they may stress, stress or tone may be used. So and then the this is the linguistic styles. So in the styles, you can see that they may use the pronoun. The pronoun may be I, he, she, or instead of using that person's name, they might use the pronoun. Emotionally toned words. For example, in the pronoun use. For example, the person who has done the, for example, mistake may have a bit of fear in telling that person's name, to whom they have done a mistake. So they may use a pronoun, no, like he or she or it, or something like that. And then use of prepositions and conjunctions. There may be misplacing of it, or there might be a sort of pattern that might be coming. You can even check in the emails, or in the chat boxes. They might also use like emotionally toned words, like, for example, lol. In the chats we use like lol, laugh out loud. So it's a sort of a filler, making the conversation go smooth. Sometimes they use like some other emotionally toned words, maybe like, this is what I am telling. So this is what I am telling. Or they may say, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. So it's, or they may also use like, I'm so perplexed, I am so surprised, or something like that. These are emotionally toned words. So, and also the liars generally use fewer references, because when the references are more, or one or more, for example, then there is then it can be counter clarified. Like for example, if they say like this person, that person saw when I was there and I didn't do any mistake or something like that, then the detective or the police will contact that person to confirm that this person didn't do any mistake or something like that. So it makes the liar go into situations that they don't want. So they try to make it as simple as it can be, and then fewer cognitively complex words. So complex words or the cognitive indicates the mental process. The mental process involving complex words is avoided because they have to think more, to make up the story. They for example, if the story is a true one, then it's much easy for the mind to make up complex words and structures. But when it is not real, the mental process is much used for framing the situation or the background of the things, background of the story or the plot. They say plot or the scenario of the story, of the plan. So the words may not be too much complex, and also more negative emotion words. Negative emotion words are used. For example, they may start like some women may say that I am just a woman. I don't do any mistakes, or they may say like I am a high class person and I have nothing to do with such cases, or something like that. Or negative another negative emotion words is um, alas. For example, alas, no, alas, this is a big loss, for example. So like that. And then we come to the deception in ads. In the deception in ads, there are three types generally. One is bait and switch. Bait is something you keep. You show something, and bait is generally kept when catching some animal, in the forest, or for example, when they catch deer, for example, deer or some animal in the forest, or when they catch, say, lion or tiger, or cheetah, for example, what they do is they keep a bait animal. They keep a small an animal which is alive, and they tie it and keep, and surrounding that animal there is a trap. This called as a bait, and then switch. So in the bait and switch, and then the deceptive labeling is another one, and then false promises, and the third one is false promises. In the first bait and switch, what we can see here is this is the bait and switch. In the Burger King, for example, if you have visited the Burger King, you can see that in the advertisements it's like this. And then the actual burger is after heating up, after heating in the microwave oven, it looks like this, or little bit better than this. So so as you can see here, they have put like more cheese, for example, here. More cheese, and slightly puffed up, very puffed up, and more attractive angle. It looks very attractive here in the advertisements, but the actual burger is not much attractive. So this is a sort of bait and switch. The bait is this one. The advertisement, this is the bait. Actually, you want to eat this, but when you order, you get something like this. So and then second one is like deceptive labeling or false promises. So in the deceptive labeling, you can see like for example, here you see this hand is dark, this hand is white. Or there is something like exaggeration. Exaggeration. For example, here you can see instant fairness, or 4x fairer skin. 4x is 4 times fairer skin. So, for example, if you see this hand and this hand, you can see that it may not be 4 times fairer. So this is, and then advertisers make claim without concrete evidence. There is no evidence actually. Generally occurs in the food industry. We will see about the food industry in the ensuing slides. So and also this is the misleading images in the advertising, misleading in the this is related to ethics, or in advertising for the buying of land or renting the house. For example, this is the original photo. Here there is a big tank, water tank here, and here it is not there. And then as you can see here, it's not green here, but they have put green here, you see, and there's no green, they put green, and there is no tree on this side. So such type of deception in advertising is there in the real estate field, in the real estate business. And now coming to the food, generally, for example, here you see lose 30 plus pounds without dieting. 30 plus pounds is about more than 15 kgs. Can you imagine like you will lose more than 15 kgs without dieting using this sensor, sensor sprinkling salt or something like that. So they say like sprinkle, eat and lose. You just sprinkle on the salad, and then you will say it's a salt. And then salt, as you know, generally retains the water in our body. But actually the weight will increase only. But they claim like sprinkle, eat and lose. Lose what? Lose weight. But it is false. And then here in the 70s, you can see the butter, for example. For butter, this is an advertisement for butter. So butter is slippery, that's why we eat as much as possible to lubricate our arteries and vein. Arteries and vein, that's inside our heart and all over our body. So in order to lubricate it, so that the blood can flow easily, they say that the children eat more and more butter. And butter is full of fat, and there is more chance of clogging the arteries and veins and your heart clogging, and you can get heart attack if you eat too much of butter because it's made of too much of fat. And here they say that it is vitamin donut. Donut is full of vitamins, it seems. So as you can see, each donut fortified with a minimum of 25 units of vitamin B1. Vitamin B1. I don't know, vitamin B1 is niacin or something like that. So as you can see, this is fortified with vitamin B1. Vitamin B, the B complexes are generally found in leafy vegetables and like liver. Liver. When you fry liver, liver or flesh, flesh like chicken, mutton, etc. But here they put like in donut they have lots of vitamin B1, which is absolutely not true. So, and then the misleading ads, this is from the UK. UK is United Kingdom. So here what they say is it's a misleading ad. There is a lip here, there is a there is what to say, in red color, a kiss by a woman with lipstick, red lipstick is there. They say that love your jeans again. Jeans is this woman is wearing wearing a pair of jeans again in just 2 weeks. So and she is wearing a red color band here in the bangles, or red color shoes, and red color what to say, chemise, the top. So and she looks bit maybe sexy or something like that. So what they say is this is misleading. You see, what has this woman to do with Kellogg's? No, this is completely misleading, So this kind of ads. And another, this is in cosmetics. For example, here you see in here the Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is this woman actually. She's you see, as you can see, she's bit sturdy and fat. Not too much fat. She's healthy. As you can see, the hip is larger than the face. But here you see the hip is small. Hip size is much smaller, and her face is bigger. So and you can see this celebrity Ralph Lauren actually filed a case on that company, French Swedish company, some company, and this, so and also this is yeah, these things, you see, reality is like this, and in ads she's very white, this woman. So and then here also you see this woman is like this, but she is very white here. So it's about the makeup imperfections, and generally they are photoshopped, and they say that it's fake beauty twice over. So here this is an ad from India. It's a misleading ad. For example, they say world's #1 strong fairness cream for men, and they put this celebrity Shah Rukh Khan. So what they want to say is this fair and handsome Emami fair and handsome cream for men is the world's #1 fairness cream, strong fairness cream. And is it believable? No. And here you can see that this is also a fairness cream for women, unbeatable fairness up to 5 hours in the sun. So this is not this is misleading, So 5 hours in the sun, we don't know what they are telling, they saying that after putting this one we can stand in the sun for 5 hours, or what they want to say, nobody knows. So this is misleading ad, and yeah, this we will leave. And this is the Coca-Cola misleading ad from India. And as you can see, they put it as the happiness Coca-Cola. So whenever we drink Coca-Cola, there comes happiness. So how is this possible? Generally, Coca-Cola has lots of sugar. The sugar is, they say, about 18 spoons of sugar in a Coca-Cola. So this sugar contributes to obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay. Drinking beverages with added sugar contributes to obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay. But here they say happiness Coca-Cola. Actually, we feel happy because there is added sugar, too much of sugar, and our body craves for sugar, and you feel a bit happy, but it generally leads to obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay because there is added sugar. So another misleading labeling. Labeling is another method of deception in language. So here, for example, in this label, you can see that you can see here natural. It's natural. So the customer, what they report is, for example, here artificial preservatives, but the name is natural. But the name is natural, fruit naturals. For example, here fruit naturals, cherry mixed fruit. But here they say it's artificial preservatives derived from industrial chemicals. This is what is the truth. It comes from industrial chemicals, but here they say it's fruit naturals. It means it is not natural at all. And then here is the also there is the seal of for example, sugar free, 100% natural, or low fat, or no added preservatives, 100% natural, or gluten free, 100% gluten free, organic, GMO free, genetically modified, what is it, or something crops free, genetically modified free. So when they put something sealed like this, it may not be true, they just put it for selling the thing. So as you can see, another here is they say sugar free Oreo. So as you can see, chocolate sandwich cookies, and chocolate sandwich cookies, 90 calories, so something like that. So you see sugar free Oreo, and if it is sugar free, you won't be feeling any sugar inside, it might be plain or no sugar, but here there is chocolate and sugar. So this is misleading labeling. And another is this thing we have to remember: misleading food labels actually or after your money. It's about they want to take your money, not it's not about improving your health. So all these foods, most of them which you see in the market, are misleading labeling. And here you can see for example, it's 100% natural, so nothing artificial, made with 100% natural chicken. So this for example, here is CNBC News. They say that you see, and with raspberry, all natural, but generally there is chemicals and preservatives inside. It cannot be 100% natural. And here you can see 100% vitamin C, no added sugar. So here is apple. So this is a juicy fruit. Yeah. So it's 100% vitamin C. What is it? 100% vitamin C is actually lemon juice. For example, even lemon juice doesn't have 100% vitamin C, but it is apple. So you see, does apple have 100% vitamin C? No. So it's a misleading labeling. And then yeah, so this is what is the thing. So we have come to the end of the slides. So end of the slides of deception in language. So many thanks for yeah, let me so many thanks for seeing the slides, and this is for the forensic linguistics, and many thanks to everyone. Thank you.